You can't say this from the pulpit. Hey, in Houston, Texas, 7 years ago, they were collecting the sermons of pastors to see if the mayor approved of them or he was going to shut down their church or lock the pastor up. That was a preview of where that spirit will take you. That's Gretchen Whitmer up there in Michigan. That's Gavin Newsom in California. That's where they already want to go. You got to know what demons are working on them. Well, I don't want to get involved with politics. All those sanctimonious, dummy Christians out there that don't realize if your enemy is coming to your kid's bedroom, you ought to lock the door.
Oh my goodness. Okay. See, this is that kind of terrifying Christian nationalism everybody's been talking about, that whole Project 2025 thing. That's pretty scary. Because they're running around saying nonsense like this, lying about, I don't know, governors, I guess, trying to shut down churches and saying like you get to decide what you're allowed to say. I don't know what the context is of any of that stuff, but anyway, we're going to get into it. I'm Brantley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. So this is a video that was sent to me by one of the members. And so I got a couple here of member shows or member videos that were sent to me. And we're like, hey, can you cover this? And yeah, I love doing that because it's, I mean, you know, that's my least favorite part is trying to find the video that I need to react to. So if you want to, if you want me to react to something and, just send me the video at punkapostate@gmail.com. Just drop me a line. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the.
What is this supposed to be like it looks like it was supposed to be a boxing ring up on the top of a building. Is that what we're doing here? Except that it also kind of doesn't look like that. I don't know.
Lance Wallnau show.
Yeah, what is that?
Today's show.
That's weird. It was just like a railing on a very narrow building of some sort here.
Show is sponsored by Birch Gold. Visit lancewallnau.com /
the Lance Walnut dude. You know what I mean?
Wait until you hear what happened at our latest live event. Lance is bringing down the house. Let's jump in.
He's bringing down the house from on top of a tower that's got railing on it and stuff.
So that moves the church down to here, Apostolic Church. The church now is going into all those mountains. That's the new kind of models.
Well, then how we miss all of this stuff? I wanted to see how all these markings got on the wall first. Like what? We're just starting, and he's already like gone halfway through the Charlie Day insanity of like his push pins and yarn. Jesus, what the Cyrus? What is this? There's just like random words written here. Ago or ego? Oh, that's ego. Yeah, that's not something that he's probably not talking about himself, which is kind of funny because that's like mostly what all of this is about. He's like, I got it all figured out. Everybody's against us. We got to start a war. Civil war, everybody. Isn't the left divisive?
So, okay, so you go over here, you got the Apostolic Church. Then what happens? You've got all but our school system. We got drag queens in school. Yeah, we got homosexual teachers. Oh, yeah, we got the state.
Drag queens in school? What the fuck? What are you talking about? No, there's not. They just start crossing their wires here. It's funny. You got like at the library, you'll have like drag queen story hour or whatever, where it's just like, people, if you choose, can go hear a drag queen like read a story about accepting yourself and being okay, and not bullying people that are different and stuff. You can, if you choose, you can take your kid to that. And they're like, they're making our kids do it in school. They're bringing them to school. No, man, like they're just crossing wires of everything, because they're just like, oh, there's a trans person that works in the public school system or whatever. And so that's the same thing because it's all just equal. Whatever it is, it's all the same.
State Department, they're going to be, you can't say this from the pulpit. Hey, in Houston, Texas, 7 years ago, they were collecting the sermons of pastors to see if the mayor approved of them or he was going to shut down their church or lock the pastor up.
Nah, I don't think that happened. I mean, can you cite some sources on that, Lance? Where's some sources here? Because the only thing that I can think is if there was some kind of like religious rally or something that got really violent or something. You know what I mean? Like they were just like out there just screaming their violent rhetoric, death to the get, whatever, like all of the shit that these people like to do. And then the government had to be like, okay, this is like you've kind of crossed into the free speech thing where we can't, where you're calling for violence against other people and stuff like that. And like so we can't have you say it could be that again, like I have no idea. I don't know what he's referring to here. Of course, he won't cite anything. And they just refer to things that that only like completely brainwashed right-wing nut jobs would know about, just to kind of like make their case. And then half the time the stuff they're referring to is just some twisted version of something normal that happened. You know what I mean? So frustrating.
That was a
It's almost like the Venezuelan gangs. Like if you ever heard about this one, the Venezuelan gangs have like taken over entire buildings in Colorado. The entire building, just completely, it's like that movie Dread. Yeah, where the building, remember that one? And they like lock the building down, and Dread and the psychic lady are stuck in the building, and then the mob boss lady, Mama, that was her name, like calls on the things like, hey, everybody has to kill this guy. It's like basically like a video game premise. Actually, it's pretty badass. I really enjoyed it, actually. It's kind of, if it was like future Die Hard, that's what it was. But that's what they think happened to these buildings in Colorado. Turns out none of that was true. It was a slumlord that was just trying to blame everything other than themselves for being a slumlord, and not wanting to actually like fix shit in the building, and the whole building like went to shit. 4 different buildings, and it all happened to be those exact 4 buildings all happened to be owned by the exact same slumlord that was saying that all of those exact buildings were what do you call it? They were the ones taken over by the Venezuelan gang.
preview of where that spirit will take you.
But yeah, whatever.
That's Gretchen Whitmer up there in Michigan. That's Gavin Newsom in California. That's where they already want to go. You got to know what demons are working on them. Well, I don't want to get involved with politics. All those sanctimonious.
What the hell happened? Shit. There is my goodness, my screen shut down. Wow. All right. I might have to completely reset. What the fuck? All I see is my mouse. That is so weird. Oh, fucking goddamn it.
Dummy Christians out there that don't realize if your enemy is coming to your kid's bedroom, you ought to lock the door. You don't go sleep in the other end of the house and say, whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the government's in your bedroom, right? It's the Christians' bedrooms that the government is in. It's not, people deciding who they're allowed to love or how they're allowed to identify, that the government's in their room dictating who they're allowed to have sex with and everything like. No, it's not that. It's the opposite. It's the government's telling the churches what to do. The people that have like famously not had to be responsible for anything. They're constantly getting away with it. There's the Johnson Amendment, and people like pastors will sit there and publicly break the Johnson, or like violate the Johnson Amendment, which is basically says that you can't. It's what he's doing right now is that you can't promote a particular. You can't promote a particular politician or whatever from a church pulpit. You can't mix those two things. Right? And they would film themselves doing it, and then then send it to the IRS, because the main thing that they can do is just remove your church status or whatever, your tax exempt status, and they would send it to them like, do it, try it, do it, and of course the IRS does nothing, right? Because it would be unseemly to do that to a church or whatever. It's absurd. Let me see. There it goes. Yeah, sorry. This is frustrating. I don't know what the hell happened. Oops, now I lost my cam. All right, what is going on here? Damn, whole thing messed up. Now at least I can see it. Sorry. Of course it messes up on this one. Jesus. There it goes. All right. Sorry about that. It's like, what the fuck? Like that, my whole screen went black, but it was still working. I don't know. There we go. All right. We're back in business. We're good.
So you got a nation, a house for the nation is the ecclesia. That means the apostolic church should be looking at all these penetration points in the community. Like
And if you want some penetration points, you know, go to adamandeve.com, right? And then you can be penetrated on all the points that you'd like to be, right? Just go to adamandeve.com and enter code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Just go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley. That's right. Adamandeve.com is America's favorite sex toy dispensary. Save yourself a trip to the store. Keep on. I don't know. Every time I want to say store, I say sticky. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's the ST at the beginning. That's what it is. Gets me all confused. Not because I'm thinking about the store and what's covering everything in there. Anyway, go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley. That's BRENTLY at checkout and get your exclusive offer. That's right.
school system, like the county commission, like who is going to be in terms of poll watching or what's going on with local media. And now
oh God, that's another thing that's terrifying. They're like hiring people to go in, like, of course, all right-wing psychotic nut job Christians, right? These Christian nationalist, dominionist, whatever, these psychos, to go be poll watchers, to of course, like, try to just claim that anybody that they think looks sort of like a Democrat is cheating or lying or whatever. You know, they're like, oh, they brought in an extra ballot. No, you're not allowed to vote anymore. No, you're not allowed to vote. Like, it's so obvious. That's like one of their plans, right? Is to just get enough people to like intimidate people and just claim that everybody that isn't on their team, obviously, to say that they're cheating at voting or whatever. It's fucking sick, man.
We come to the next phase. When the Jewish people saw that Cyrus was in office and then Cyrus wasn't in office, then they got persecuted. Then boom, they got busy giving God what he wanted, a house for the nation. Then the next thing happens is funny. It's the word awakening.
I have no idea what he's referring to. It's just, so they gave God a house for the nation. If it's for the nation, how did they give it to God? Like, they gave it to God, but it was for somebody. That doesn't feel like that's correct. I feel like they made some sort of mistake there. How's everybody doing? Doing all right? Everybody feeling good? You know, you happy it's a Monday? I know everybody's always happy it's Monday, right? You know, it's just everybody's like, man, boy, I was waiting all week for this, you know. It's like NoFX has that song, Thank God It's Monday. And it's funny because it's the opposite of what most people do, but they work on the weekend. That was sort of the point of that, is they do their shows on the weekend and everything. And so Monday is their day off, you know. That was anyway. But who won today? Let's see. Lynn. Lynn is a little ADHD. What's going on? I haven't seen you in a minute. You doing all right? Say ooh, ooh, ooh. Right? That's how you said that? That's how you're right. Yeah, I said that right. That's how you say those words. And second was Logan. He said "Buck" like that, like shouting "Buck." Right? That was how you said that. And here's Amber just tooting their own horn. Toot, toot. Like that. That's what Amber did. And Nitty. Hey, Nitty's here. What's up? You liking the intro, right? Yeah, it's a new one. I had to put like and subscribe on there because I always forget to do. Oh yeah, can we like and subscribe, please? If everybody wants to, there's a little like button. It looks like a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I always forget to say this part. So it really takes it causes us to take a hit. Okay, I notice it. It's weird. Like most of the time, like whatever, you know, if they like the video, they'll like the video. No, if I don't say it, everybody forgets, and it's like I get that because I would forget too. I'm the most forgetful fucking person on the planet. Are you kidding me? I can't keep track of literally anything. And but let's see what we got here. Who else we got? Oh, Andromeda said hello to you. How you doing? What's up? And the Apostate Sisters. All right, hell yeah. Yeah, go check out the Apostate Sisters. They got a great channel. I'm actually really enjoying their content. A lot of very easily watchable videos, because there's like a million of them and they're like 5 minutes. So you should check it out. It's a lot of fun. Been having a blast going through their stuff there. And it was all spooky. All right, spooky's here. All right, hell yeah. And another woo. What is with the woo? And a ghost is doing it? Wouldn't that be boo woo? Not woo. It's, you got it. You did the wrong first letter, but it's okay. I'll let it slide this time, but don't let it happen again. All right, I'm serious. Then we got Tracy. How we doing, Tracy? Hey. That wasn't that from the plot of the third God's Not Dead movie? I think so. That's I think that's what most of these people like have as historical fact, right? They're like, that was from like God's Not Dead. That's a documentary, right? Yeah, of course it is. So that's what I'm referring to when I'm drawing my madness on my fucking whiteboard. You know, Jesus. But no, yeah, I think you're right. And John Menominus said, as someone who is Venezuelan, those outside Venezuela, I feel like I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Venezuela rarely are pro-socialism. No, I know. That's what's so funny about it. Like, in a lot of the, I mean, shit, I'm in Florida, right? And we have like a whole, I mean, it seems to be shifting now, because I think they're starting to realize that the people they're supporting fucking hate them. But I'm in Florida, so we have like a lot of like Latina, Latinx folks that are down in Miami and shit, right? But they vote red, like it's a hard fucking line red, and I never understand why. But for whatever reason, I think they're just really conservative. I don't know, for a plethora of reasons, but yeah, but that's starting to shift now. It's starting to shift. I think they've just had enough. They're starting to see that these people they just hate you. Okay, you can try to be the good one all you want. They hate you. Okay, that's all there is there. But let's see where I was at. All right, let's see. Oh, and Drusilla's here too. All right, cool. They're making it so easy. Well, they make these videos easy, right? Because it's just fun. It's just fun to watch these people melt down and have a fucking have a conniption over things that don't make sense. But that's makes my job. It makes my job easy. Right?
Awakening. Everybody's praying for awakening and revival and awakening. We got all these books and prophecies, great awakenings coming. Do you know who got the awakening? Take a look at it now. I'll give it to you. Gotta have one Bible verse. Go to Haggai. It's on
Haggai? What the fuck is that? What is Haggai? What is that click? Is that click going out to y'all? I keep hearing. Is it on the video? I don't know what's happening. Sounds like a fucking click.
Well, it's right before Zechariah.
Oh, you missed it. He's like, oh, I should have like maybe used a little highlighter thing in there. Maybe just highlight the part that you want to cover or something, man. Like, he's just gonna hold on. Now I just oh shoot! Now I lost my place. Don't you hate it when you're on stage and you lose your place? Oh, and I'm trying to tell a joke now while I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, yeah. Hey, guy. It's Heygui. I know you didn't know that was a book, but it's a book of the Bible.
That'll help you.
Yeah. See.
Hey, guy. The 80-year-old prophet.
Hey, guy. Hey.
Teamed up with a 20-year-old.
Oh, it's just the hey guy. Do you remember that in France? Like, hey, guy. Like, oh yeah, that guy's got to go. That guy's got to get out of here.
Old name Zechariah, old and young, flowing together, prophesying. Then Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel. Now catch this.
What did he just say? Ben Zerubbabel. What?
The 80-year-old prophet teamed up with a 20-year-old named Zechariah, old and young, flowing together, prophesying. Then Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel.
Oh, it's a name. Okay, I'm like, what the? Zerubbabel. Okay, sounds like a clown. He was coming in for a performance in Israel or something.
Now catch this. The prophecies are to a government official and to a church official. I want everybody to say this. Government, church, together.
Oh God. Okay. No, that's against the law. That's what. And which one, buddy? This is the problem here. What, your version, your church? Okay, so then Muslims can basically take over the government if they get the numbers or whatever. Is that what you're okay with that? Satanists can take over the government. That's what you want now, right? You want them to be together, right? Because everybody does this, and they all think that internally they're like, "Oh, that's my religion. My religion will be the one that takes over the government." And then they don't even think about the fact that there's 45,000 different denominations of their religion, and they really do despise each other at a lot of levels. So it's insane to think, that your interpretation of your doctrine or your denomination of your religion is going to be the one that takes over the fucking government. You're going to be mad at somebody, no matter who it is. Everybody's going to be mad about shit because nobody can fucking decide on what the religion actually is in the fucking first place.
That's what you're reading in those books. So what happens is Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Jehozadak.
Keep saying that name. Keep saying he practiced that name in a mirror like 7 times. Zerubbabel. Oh, it's the third one, right? Is the third one? Does it feel better? That felt better. That felt more fluid, right? That felt more fluid. Hold on. Let me get a puppet. Okay, Zerubbabel. Yeah, the puppet. I needed the puppet to really be able to see that this was. He plays with puppets. I don't know if they go watch the shorts. In my shorts, he's playing with puppets. And anyway,
like the high priest and the whole remnant of the people. Everybody say remnant. So now you got to know.
Don't tell me to say stuff. Come on, can you just do your fucking? Can you just say your stuff? Why do you got? It's. I swear it's like a fucking power trip. These people get on about this shit. Like, will you repeat after me? And it's like everybody's like, I will repeat after you. And they're like, I love this. I am so powerful right now. Oh, it's like I'm a god.
Obedient political guy, an obedient religious leader, and a remnant of people. They heard the message from the prophetic. And the people feared God. And Haggai, the Lord's messenger, gave the message to the people of the Lord. The Lord says, look, I'm with you. I'm with you. If you'll do what I'm calling you to do, I'll give you your nation. But I'm not giving you your nation so you can go back to doing what you did. I'm giving it to you so you can build me a strong house for the nations.
I see. So it's like when somebody wants to give something to a homeless person and they're like, I'm not going to give you money just so you can go buy a crack rock. Okay. No, I'm going to walk you in the street. No, take my hand. We're walking in with my hand. We got to cross the street first. Okay. Let's look both ways. Hold my hand. We're going to take it. Okay. Now, what do you want? Pick something off of the wall. Okay. Well, no, only food. Only food. Okay. No, energy drinks are not healthy either. So no, I'm not paying for that. Get the food. There you go, buddy. Okay. There you. Nice day. Okay. Aren't you glad that I helped you?
And then the Bible says, I want you to check this out. Your Hebrew and your Hebrew concordance, chapter 14 or verse 14, chapter 1 of Haggai. Then the Lord stirred.
It's Haggai, dude. Like, what? It's so weird when he pronounces it like that. That's just the. It's Haggai. He's the cool man. He's the hero of the story, the Haggai. Hey, Paul, it's all right, dude. No, you made it. You made it. You're right in time. It's been 20 minutes. You're good. Just I had a technical issue anyway, so it took up most of it. You're good.
Burn up the spirit of Zerubbabel, the governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua, the high priest, and the spirit of the entire remnant. The prophet was already stirred up, and they began to work, building the house God wanted. That work.
What is happening? Like work. I'm going to make this thing entertaining if it kills me. All right. I've been watching. I've been watching that Locke character, and man, I really like him. Man, I want to be like him. I need to start knocking my microphone on shit in between phrases or whatever.
Word stirred is the word or. You are in
Greg. His name's Greg Locke. It's
in the Hebrew pronounced O-O-R in English, or.
My goodness, this guy is just, he's having a blast. Oh man, there it is. That was in right here. See the little Trump hugging the flag like a fucking weirdo. Statue thingy. It actually makes noises, and you can push a button, and he says, "God bless America," right? And he, in the short that I have, it's like he had a puppet of the devil saying like, why did he's like, I'm not able to complete my plan. Why? And then he sets this fucking thing down, pushes the button that says Trump saying God bless America, and it's like, that's why. It's because of Trump. Trump's stopping the devil, all with puppets and this little thing. Not even kidding. Go check it out. It's funny.
It literally means awakening, awaken, wake up, stir up, excite, and open the eyes.
Patty said it's like it sounds like he's
the awakening
he's calling.
We pray for.
You shut up, Lance. Goddamn, trying to fucking do a man. So he's just rude. He's just rude. He can tell. I know he knows that I'm trying to do a thing here, and he's just talking to now Patty said like he sounds like he's calling an auction. Yeah. They're like, hey, I can't now I'm saying, hey, batter. That's wrong. That's not what auctioneers say. But they say something that sort of sounds like that, similar. I don't know. I'm not really good at it. To be honest, I really only know auction stuff from that movie Money Talks. You know that movie Money Talks with Chris Tucker? It's like one of the first. It's where everybody started saying fat, pretty hot and tempted. Anyway, you should check that movie out. It's really good. But
the awakening revival. We need a revival. All the preachers said we need a revival, and most Christians go, we need a
revival. Hello, we need a revival. Hello,
revival. And we think somehow God's going to pour out like a Zeus, and the nation's going to go speak in tongues, and we're all going to become righteous.
Dude, you gotta like not do cocaine 2 seconds before you get out there next time, dude. Holy shit. Like save that bump for afterward, okay? My goodness.
First, God gets to give you a ruler. You got to pray for the right ruler.
He like wears white pants because he's constantly like, and then wiping his hand on his pants. He's like, yeah, they can always, if I wear any color other than white pants, everybody can see all the cocaine all over my pants all the time. I got to wear white pants.
Then you got to be in the right project, which is the ecclesia, which is his house.
You can like get marks, like you can like drop, he can drop like coffee on his pants and have the spots, but because he just wipes that cocaine on it so often, it's like you can't even see it. It's it works better than Clorox, cocaine.
Then the awakening comes to those that are in the building project God's got them in. I honestly think those that are politically engaged and can keep themselves from a spirit of strife right now.
Yeah, you sound like you're keeping yourself from a spirit of strife. You sound like a spirit of just relaxation, buddy. Yeah, you are at peace, my friend. Holy shit.
Probably more in the revival than they know. Years from now, we're going to look back and say, when was the period of the Great Awakening? We're going to date it. Historians will date it. And they'll put you in that period of Great Awakening. Wow. Pictures like this crowd will be in.
You're going to go down in history, y'all, as the people that did a good thing with the Great Awakening, whatever the fuck. I don't even know what he thinks that means, other than like forcing. They're like, you're going to be remembered as the people that forced your religion on everybody in the country. That's right. Isn't that going to be great? Yeah. History's going to love us. Yeah, that's it.
In the little textbooks in the future, saying these were the early signs, like when the Trump era came, then there was a galvanizing of Christian concern and a lot of praying and a lot of gathering, a lot of indigenous grassroots people, a lot of people like are in this room right now, hearing the call of God to go into government, to go into schools, to go into media.
Yeah, more lines. Can you just hold on? There's not enough lines on there. Can you? I'm not getting it. I need a visual aid. Can you scribble like lines on a circle with an A in the middle of it?
To begin to do what the awakened church did next.
Oh, there's stairs. These are stairs, right? You got to march up the stairs from the squiggles. These are you got to get out of the squiggles up to the. Well, no squiggles. You got to get to the no squiggles area right here. That's got to be what he's trying to say, right?
Which was, they had to see for Cyrus, house of God, awakening. They began to occupy the territory around their local church. And this is the area where the gates and the walls were being.
Hey, well, Jeffrey, what's up, dude? He said, Brentley, have you checked out crazy-ass revivalist Todd Bentley? He is for sure worth you doing a live show on. Bro, Todd is off the hook. No, okay, I know he's the one with the dreads, right? He's that one. I've seen. Okay, I don't know as if I've ever actually covered him, but I've ended up covering a bunch of people that hate him. So as they're like, this fucking Todd guy, everybody like, I need everybody to hate this fucking guy, and then they'd like play a clip and see how stupid. Fuck that guy. I mean, of course, they didn't say that. They would be like, if you like him, you need to repent. That's like what they would repent now for watching that video that I just watched and showed you. Repent, do it. But I'm showing it to you to know that it's bad. right? That's what I'd sell. It doesn't count for me. Yeah, no, but I will check it out. I feel like he got in trouble just recently, right? Or something. I can't remember. It's yeah, I don't know. I'd have to like double check or whatever. Logan said, I only know it from Storage Wars. Yeah, I don't watch that show. I have a hard time with live reality TV. I end up hating everybody, and that's I know it awakens a dark place in my heart when I watch it. Like, I fucking hate all these people. Just need to have a piano. Just fall right on top of them right now. Where's the pianos, guys? Come on. That's what this whole show is for, right? To get us to hate the guy, and then Jason comes out and kills him, right? That's how we do it. Like, what? Why is none of the immorality being punished by Jason? What is happening? This is fucking crazy. But I have no idea what you all are talking about. Something about Storage Wars, or something about Storage Wars. Saying, I Apostate Sisters, that's all you wanted to eat. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. Yeah, they were just there, what, a couple weeks ago? Hell yeah, great stream. I had a great time. Yeah, they called me out twice. I was like, fuck yeah, oh my God, that's great. Thank you for that, by the way. I've been meaning to say that. But yeah, all right, let me get down to the bottom here. Because I'm like flowing way back. Hey, Thomas, what's up, dude? All right. It said Pandora's Pinata. I'm in Central European. Where the fuck are you? In Central? So you're in Central Europe? Wow. That's odd to me that people use an entire continent that way. You know what I mean? They're like, I'm in the middle of the fucking continent. That's where that's, you know. That's like me being like, I'm in the northern hemisphere. So yeah, that's where I'm at. You know, just so you know, if you need to find me, just go to the northern hemisphere of planet Earth, and I'm right there. That's right. I understand you're talking about a time, your time zone. But the joke works better if anyway. You know what? I'm not gonna explain the fucking thing. Asso, what's up, dude? And Native Atheist made it. All right, cool. Fuck yeah, dude. Everybody's here. And Deep State. All right, we're all here. Todd Bentley is Todd Bentley brags about how he drop kicked an old woman. What? That's weird. It's like that part. It reminds me of that part from what was that movie? The one with the rings, the 10 rings of power or whatever, where they switched the rings that the Mandarin wore, and they made him like rings that go on his arms or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Damn it, can't think of the name of the movie. But anyway, there's a part where like I guess these shapeshifter things can like turn into old women, and he just was like karate chopping the fuck out of this old woman for like 20 minutes. It's weird. Anyway, that's what I picture though with Todd doing it though, and he probably uses his hair as a weapon of some sort, right? He's got little hooks at the end of those fuckers or something. And he just it's like a fucking Mortal Kombat character. Just whips that shit right out, and they're like, "Oh, mortal," and like finish him, you know. And that's his final move. Hooking your fucking face like Hellraiser, but with his hair. That's so funny. Think about that image, everybody else.
Being rebuilt by two guys, Ezra and Nehemiah. Now watch this. This is so important.
Oh my God, you're coked out, dude. Oh my God, are you taking bumps secretly every time you go to the board? He's just like, he's got like little lines just on the board, like when he gets and just like snip. What the fuck, dude? Now he's like, he's like shaking.
Area where the gates and the walls were being rebuilt by two guys, Ezra and Nehemiah. Now watch this. This is so important.
Watch this. This is so important. My heart's gonna pop. My heart's gonna fucking pop.
Ezra represents the church. Nehemiah represents civic authority. The devil doesn't want you in.
They always have to fucking make everything represent stuff. They're like, okay, this is like a completely irrelevant story in the Bible, but it represents stuff. Okay, so this character represents this thing that I care about. And then this character represents this other thing. And it represents government and my religion. And so then you see them come together. So, in other words, God wants us to take over the government. That's the short end. That's the short way to say this thing.
Engaged in political activity. They will attack us viciously. Christian nationalist, dominionist, dangerous, deranged extremists.
Listen to you, man, right now. Do you hear yourself? You're not making a case for us to not be afraid of you being a psychopath. Look at the fucking whiteboard behind you, okay? Holy shit, you are a fucking poster board for exactly what everybody's worried about. And then you're the one trying to fucking quell those fears. Are you stupid? What are you doing, man? Holy shit.
The antidote is not to do what my friends are doing. Hold huge rallies and don't mention politics. As though by avoiding the name of the devil, you're going to be able to cast him out better.
Nobody said that you don't have to use the name. What are you how is the devil in politics? What are you talking about, dude? Oh, that was a joke. They're like, oh man, this Lance. Oh no. Man, he is funny. Oh boy. Oh man.
Ezra represents the church.
Yeah, you just said that.
Joshua and Zerubbabel.
Look at him like he's squinting. And Zerubbabel. Wow, dude. You are fucked up, dude. Way too much math before you started.
Joshua was the church. Zerubbabel was the government. Ezra was the church. Nehemiah
Zerubbabel was the government.
Was the government. Do you think there's a pattern God's showing us?
What the fuck? No. Look at your whiteboard, man. There's not a pattern to be fucking seen. You're just making shit up like a psycho. Like a crazy person, dude. What are you doing? Holy shit. This is like the quintessential crazy conspiracy nutbag. Like, you just take out all the words. And actually, never mind. Keep in all the words that he's using and everything, because they're the exact words that the fucking conspiracy nutbags use all the time. Like, it's just that it's like Alex Jones, but like more religious.
Go down to what's happening in Argentina, what's happening in El Salvador, what's happening in Hungary. The church is at the table with the president, praying for wisdom on what to do next to move the devil out of the culture. Oh, this should drive him.
Which church? Because it's weird, because the president currently is a Catholic, and he actually seems like a more Catholic or a more religious person than any Republican in power. It's especially Trump. Holy shit. It's so weird when we need a Christian leader, and then they point to Trump. It's like him, he's the Christian one. Now Biden is the devil or whatever. Yeah, because it's like, but Biden's the one that regularly attends church. He actually understands his religion at least the tiniest bit, to where if you were asked what his favorite verse in the Bible was, I bet you he could answer. You wouldn't just be like, the whole thing. Old Testament, New Testament, equal. It's equal. I like them both. Jesus Christ.
Crazy. This is
exactly. You are crazy.
Exactly the kind of logic they're afraid we have. Because intuitively they know.
The non-kind, the non-logic, the anti-logic. That's what. Okay.
How many of them are there out there? Well, here's at least 35 million. Well, if they ever got engaged, they'd get whatever they want. Isn't that the truth?
No, it's seriously not enough of y'all. That's the problem. Y'all are the extremists, dude. You really don't make up a very large portion of society. Thank fuck. Because, even on your like flagship, laws that you want to place, people are voting against abortion bans and shit like that, even in red states and everything. So like, thank fuck y'all aren't as popular as you think you are. But it does kind of worry me, especially with like the amount that this type of stuff, this Flashpoint and all this other, and Tim Pool and all these other type of content creators that are like seemingly able to just fucking lie and convince people of the dumbest shit, and they're super popular. But thankfully, I think there's enough of us like reasonable people that can point out how stupid they are all the time, that they won't grow too big. But that means we really have to work hard to get out there and fucking point out all of the problems with their conclusions.
If we could only agree on the future God wants to show up. The problem is the how. Everybody wants to see the revival.
With the what? He's like pointing to say that squiggle's the how. That's the how. See that word? No, it's not. It doesn't say how. But I just decided that squiggle represents the how. What the fuck? Oh, look at that. There's a Jew. Jewish star right there. My goodness. Okay. 1940. Oh, okay. I see. They're becoming a nation.
The awakening, but they don't want to get involved with occupying gates and walls.
Occupying gates
You see?
and walls. That's right. Let me see what we got here. Rune, what's up, dude? Rune made it too. Do these people not know or not know that the National Prayer Breakfast is a thing? Well, I mean, yeah. Right. Well, I think he does. I know that, right? It's weird when they do this because they like are trying to play like the government so against them, right? And it's like the government's so anti-Christian. But there's fucking prayer breakfasts. There's like paid there's paid members of Congress or the White House, whatever it is, that are spiritual advisors and shit. So it's not like it's crazy to say that the government is completely anti-religion. It's just not at all. It's just not overtaken by it, mainly because I think democracy keeps that from happening too often because there's just too many interpretations of the shit. So every time they try to make one take over everything or one interpretation of their religion taking over everything, they can't because nobody agrees. Everybody's just sort of subjectively believing their own thing and then hoping that that's the one that takes over the government. But that's never anywhere near what happens. Let's see where we at. Deep State said, the fun thing is that he's got 8-pointed star or the chaos symbol there and some other things related to the occult. He actually parrots Alexander Dugan at times. I don't know who that is. Alexander Dugan? Who is that? Is that another crazy person? That would be kind of fun to cover another crazy person. Jeffrey, what's up, dude? Said, I wonder if Ray Comfort would approve of Lance. That's a good question, actually, because we saw Ray Comfort went on what show did he go on? Oh, Jesse Lee Peterson. So I don't know, but I actually, you know what? I feel like I do remember because this is on Kenneth Copeland's network or whatever, and I'm pretty sure I've heard him speak out against Kenneth Copeland. I watched a lot of Ray Comfort. Okay, I probably know every single thing that guy thinks at all, just because of how much shit I watch from that guy. Not even kidding. Lord Dissonant, what's up, dude? Said people listen to him and cheer them to home to their little ones and try to pray the bills, forgetting everything else. People listen to him and then go home to their little lives, okay, and try to pray the bills, forgetting everything else. Yeah, like, I mean, because these are the type of people that will take advantage of people that are suffering and everything. And in fact, that's like their main goal, right? Is to take people that are suffering and desperate people and then blame everybody but the actual people to blame for why their situation is the way that it is, right? And those are the easiest people to manipulate, especially if they have like a religious belief to be able to fuck with, you know?
This occupying the gates and walls is called reformation. Having the visitation is called revival. We have revival in the house so we can reform the environment. The moment you stop doing the work of reformation, the revival fire starts to go down.
What is he saying? None of this means anything. Look at the fucking board there and just how insane. Like we get a wide shot of the board here. We got question mark, and then it's got these little arrows going down to this fucking mess of whatever the fuck these lines here. But what the fuck is what could this possibly be other than complete insanity? Jesus.
That's the mystery no one's figured out. Revival is Rachel, the voluptuous Jewish girl that Jacob wanted.
What?
Leah. Revival is...
What happened to his shirt? Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, he like did a bunch of cocaine, spilled a bunch of coffee just all over his... So he's tweaking that bad. Jesus Christ. All right, so this was the first one. Well, I think I will continue this one on members stream. So I'm gonna put out a vote, and we'll figure out what we want to do as far as reacting to this further. But I have a second video here, and this one was from who fuck, I'm sorry. I think it was the sequel one, right? Sent me this one, but I could be mistaken. Let me know if I'm wrong. And then, but this one I got from Tracy, right? Tracy sent me this one about demonology. Right? This is a demonologist that she wants to share his expertise on the subject of demonology, and yeah, that's what we got here. So let's check it out. We'll finish that out with it.
Guttural voice coming out of this 15-year-old girl, and the entire time she was trying to kill everyone in the room.
I gotta say, the guy from the kid from the Big Green grew up and got my hat, and I like his hat. I gotta say, he's got a great hat. And you know the suit blazer with a V-neck T-shirt. That means you mean business. All right.
It was laughing. They were like, "Look, don't even contact these things." And there were many times when I cried myself to say, "Don't open that door. What's going to come through? It's
a bunch of hooks, and they get your face. The hooks get your face if you touch the little box, and it's a scary little box." And
a serial killer. It doesn't care. It has its own morality or lack thereof, and it will manipulate any way it possibly can. And the conclusions that I've come to in the last few years, they are very disturbing.
Whoever has like put this intro together is like, we need to put all of the After Effects on just this guy talking, because it's getting kind of weird and boring. Can we have the camera like go on by? Let's get it too close to his face. Let's get it backing up. Let's get it all just every way we can have the camera that's not exactly it just sitting there filming this guy's face.
Carve the name of an unclean spirit and implant that into the body.
Fucking what? How? What? I'm so confused. I don't even know what we're supposed to be getting ready for here. This one's called Most Terrifying Demonologist Interview You've Ever or You'll Ever Hear. So future tense. You're never going to hear anything crazier than this, y'all. Get ready.
In tonight's episode, we get deep. My guest tonight.
Okay, so this guy listens to Living Sacrifice. That's the band. He listens to Living Sacrifice, probably Zayo too, before the Funeral of God album, which is when they went secular. Yeah, and Under Oath. He definitely listens to Under Oath.
Is no stranger to dealing with the darkness. Nathaniel Gillis is a demonologist who's dealt with some frightening cases of the supernatural and the unexplained. The stories and
the supernatural and the unexplained? Wow, that's not redundant at all.
Information he's going to share with you in tonight's interview will blow you away.
Oh, I thought I was just going to stop. It'll blow you. Just like the people that like to use the products at adamandeve.com. That's right. Go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley and check out to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Just go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley. That's Brently. Right, Seth? What does Adam and Eve do for the ladies? It makes them moist. That's right. I'm Seth Andrews, and I'm here to tell you, Adam and Eve. Damn, I can't tell. I lost it. So go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley at checkout. It's just do the thing. Just fuck it. Come on. Just put in the code. Just do it.
Nathaniel, take it away.
Well, my name is Nathaniel Gillis, and I'm known as a demonologist. And so
But that's not what you are. You're like, I'm known as a demonologist, but really I'm just not that. I'd work at the 7-Eleven up the street. You know the one. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how we met. You were buying cigarettes, and I was like, anyway.
Very first encounter with the phenomenon occurred when I was 8 years old. My parents had moved into a new house, and when we actually toured the house prior to moving in, I witnessed a full-bodied apparition. Once we moved into the house, the entity, I like to tell people the entity mutated, because that's really what it did. When it first manifested, it was in the image of a little girl that I really thought that she belonged to a family down the street, or maybe she had snuck in, hiding from the realtor or something. But turns out, no, she absolutely didn't belong in the house. she didn't live on the street or anywhere near the house. But once we moved in, that entity mutated. It evolved in its pathology and manifestation. And so I never saw the little girl again. However, I did begin to see full-bodied apparitions of different entities or different images, including just voices. One night I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard this conversation going on above my head. Strangest thing to this day, the strangest thing I've ever experienced.
All right, I'm like going back through some of the comments. And John Anonymous said 30% of why I'm here is listening to Brantley pronounce my username, I swear. That's awesome. Hell yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, well, it's a weird name. All right. And it's hard to say.
What's so weird about that was I could hear them enough to know they're talking to each other, right? But I could not hear them enough to understand what they were saying. Very, very strange stuff. But there was also
that almost sounds like, isn't that like textbook mental illness? Like being able to hear voices, but you can't hear what they're saying, but you hear like voices that you don't know where they're not coming. They're in your head, but you can't understand what. Anyway.
This thick presence in
Maybe
the
not.
house. And I could still, like, whenever I talk about it, I'm back in that room playing my video games. I could just feel it, vibrating and just in the room. It's very, very weird. So yeah, there was a lot of experiences that I had.
There it is. I was wanting to cover this one. Thomas said, Punk Apostate Live has become my commuter train entertainment on my way home from work. Oh, yeah. No, I'm so glad. That's awesome. I have shows like that, too, where it's just, oh, no, that was for my commute. Like, I used to ride the bus all the time. Finally got a car, first time in 18 years. But I rode the bus for like 18 years. And that was like, that was why I think I got so into podcasting and YouTube and all this other stuff, is because of that commute and having, shows like God Awful Movies to watch or listen to, really, that one. And Cognitive Dissonance, and let's see what it's the other. Oh, and Godless Engineer, for sure. And Logic. I don't know. There's a bunch, but mostly it was the Puzzle and Thunderstorm guys that I really like to listen to. But anyway, yeah.
House. And one of which I'll never forget was I was playing a video game, and you know how it is. It's nighttime.
Here he is. There's young him playing a video game. That's right. He's from the movie Ready Player One. Apparently, doesn't that kind of look like? I don't know.
The screen's in front of you. You know how it is when you look away, you see like from a light source. Your eyes have to adjust to the darkness, and only then do you realize what you're looking at. Up until then, it's just flashes and all that stuff. That's what happened to me. I turned this way and I look, and as my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I saw this featureless shadow figure.
Featureless shadow figure. You did meth, dude. Just admit you did meth. Okay. For like 4 days, you didn't sleep. Okay. And then now you're seeing the shadow people. We all know about the shadow people. And means you need to get to sleep. Seriously. You need some fucking sleep. Your brain's trying to shut down. Okay. And it can't because of all the meth. Go to sleep, sir. All right. You need it. Tracy said, the channel I found this on has some really wild shit. There was one with a dude talking about him and his buddies being chased by a werewolf. What is it with the werewolf shit all of a sudden? Like that's the second time I've heard some fucking fundy channel talking about fucking werewolves. What the hell is happening? Are werewolves in the Bible somewhere that I'm unaware of? Like, what did they just... They're like, that's what the Leviathan actually is, because werewolves actually do have tails like a cedar tree. I don't know if you know this, but that's like they move like a cedar tree. And so that's actually what they were talking about. My goodness, what the fuck? What are they talking about? Jesus. Jeffrey said, I'm an atheist, but I try to be open-minded to the supernatural. But some things are such obvious bullshit. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a what's called a methodological naturalist, where I'm perfectly willing to acknowledge that there is things that could be explained by stuff that we don't know about, right? Or what could be considered supernatural, right? Things that are unexplained or unexplainable currently. But the thing is, in the way that methodological naturalism works, is that you just can't, it's not necessarily that you believe that supernature does not exist at all. It's just saying that until we have a mechanism to be able to investigate supernatural, how supernature works and things like that, we can't appeal to it. You can't say that something caused something else if you can't demonstrate the mechanism in which it caused that something else. So if they're saying that a fucking ghost caused a thing, you can't really do that, because it's just like, well, how? How did that ghost do that? How do ghosts cause anything? How do they do, they've never been demonstrated to exist, yet we're going to appeal to them as the cause of why things happen a certain way? No, you can't do that. But that's still an open avenue for us to be able to investigate if we, if we can figure out a way to do it. Maybe we will. Maybe one day we'll be able to open some fucking device that like opens up, like what they're working on at the CERN glider, right? And then we just open up the demon portal to hell, and it's like that movie Event Horizon and everything, and everybody just starts ripping out their eyes and stuff, and we end up in hell. And anyway, it could be, I don't know, maybe that'll happen, I don't know, right? But till then, we don't really have any I have no evidence to support believing in that shit, you know what I mean? Anyway, Ember said, sorry. Well, he can't be a real demonologist because that's not a thing that's real. Yeah, that's kind of a problem for this guy. That's like me being like, I'm an elfologist. I study elves. That's right. I study them. They speak Elvish, right? They're very light, right? Like Legolas could just walk right on top of the snow. And everybody else was just sunk in that shit. I don't know what he's like. How does that even work physically? We don't know, right? He's probably got like fairy dust in there, and he's always thinking good thoughts or something. I don't know how he did that, right? But he can also slide down elephant tails or something, kill a bunch of them. But it only counts as one. That was the main takeaway there. It only counts as one. Anyway, forgot what we were talking about.
Just staring at me through the window. And once I was going to say, I don't know what it was. Once it realized that I was watching him, it just
it's a Christmas tree. It's a Christmas tree.
It tilted its head like that.
Just with no decorations on it. You need to decorate this sucker. It's kind of plain. Kind of plain Jane, right?
So that's when I was distraught. I ran into my parents' room freaking out, like, you got to get me out of this house. This is nuts.
This is nuts? Is that, what accent is that? This is nuts, bro. Is that Boston? Get the fuck out of the fucking car, yeah.
What's interesting to me about
that's fucking nuts.
This particular case study of mine is, like I said, it evolved.
Well, it kind of does look like he's from Boston, now that I think about it. He looks like he could be in the band Dropkick Murphys. And we all know they're shipping up to Boston, or they shipped up to Boston or something like that.
Again, as a little girl, and then evolved into like a smoky apparition that would kind of float its way into the room at nighttime and ball up into a dark cloud in the corner of the room. But then it began to give me nightmares.
I'm so confused. Dick, what's up? Hey, Dick, how we doing, man? Dick said, fast forward to the part where Perry Caravello reveals himself in the full diaper. That's I have no idea what you're talking about. That must be a movie that I'm not aware of. Is that a scary demon movie about a diaper guy or something? I don't know. I've never heard of that one. It sounds pretty terrifying though. If it concludes with a diaper guy, that's terrifying, right? We all know that is probably one of the scariest things that anybody's ever seen. But James, there he is. What's up, dude? Where have you been? Huh? Where the hell? James said, people that start seeing shadow people should get checked for schizophrenia. It's a common early symptom. No shit, really? That's a way to, because I gotta say, I've seen some shadow people, all right? But again, because of the meth thing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Axel, what's up, dude? Said, I just got in. What sort of requests are off limits? None, really. I mean, it depends on what I might not cover it, but and I'm not really sure what would make something off limits. No slurs, right? I feel like that's obvious. Anything that won't get taken off of fucking YouTube, that's job one, right? But second, stuff that could be funny, right? Or at least stuff that we could make into being funny, if we mess with it enough, right? Kind of like this dude just sort of talking and showing AI images of smoke in a room, a scary smoke, we can mess with that. The images like help out a lot, right? So if you even like those those essay things, the AI read essays. We can have fun with those. So I don't know. It just depends. Just send me whatever you want. punkapostate@gmail.com, and then I'll let you know. I'll let you know if we cover it or not.
And it was a looping nightmare. It was the same nightmare. Like it would start and end. And I'd go right back into it
Oh
from
shit!
the beginning.
Wow, thank you. Rune just gifted 5 Punk Apostate memberships that go out randomly, apparently. So if you randomly got one, good. That's what you want. So I hope you're that rando. They got that random membership. No, thank you so much, Rune. That's awesome. Really, really, really appreciate that. Todd Bentley. It's funny. Yeah, that's I know AJ, he is funny. He is pretty good. Axel said, I just rescued 2 dogs. I wanted to call them Gigi and Alan. Oh, that's badass. Hell yeah. You absolutely should call them Gigi and Alan. That's right. Alan sounds kind of normal. So the dog is like everybody else, like fluffy, and I don't even know what is another Whiskers? That's a cat name, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, and then you got and this is Alan. And this is John. Meet John. John, come over here. Say hi. Say hi. Here, pet John. Pet John. Rub John's belly. Do it. Let's go. Fucking weird, man. I don't know. Don't name your dogs normal names, dude. You gotta, And
it was always in black and white. And the nightmare consisted of me walking up to a shelter at a park where they have like family reunions and birthday parties.
It's called a pavilion. They got pavilions in parks.
And I saw 2 young men sitting on a picnic table. The young man on the right, first of all, they both had their backs turned towards me. The man on the right, the young man on the right, had a needle in his arm.
Okay, what are we doing? Is this is he recounting a dream? Is that what we're doing here now? Is that where we're at with this one?
And
so I could do without that. I understand.
The other young man was just sitting there with his back turned towards me. But I tell people, you have to understand, I was very innocent. I didn't even know what marijuana was. I didn't even know what insulin was or sugar diabetes. So
what is insulin and sugar diabetes have to do? Like, that's a normal thing. Like, if you don't know what insulin or sugar diabetes is, you're not in the know. Okay, you're weird. Like, that's just one of the normal things that everybody learns about when they're young or something. I don't know what he's trying to get out here. But him describing it this way is kind of funny, because this was how I was raised. I was, homeschooled and everything, and didn't really have access to any kind of outsider information. I wasn't allowed to hang out with anybody that wasn't exactly my religion. It had to be pre-approved by my parents and all that type of stuff. Mainly because, they didn't want anybody just able to influence me that maybe the religion isn't true and stuff like that. And it was also during like the Satanic Panic. So a lot of this stuff feels very familiar. I remember my parents listened to that Mike Warnke guy who was a comedian. And he was a comedian, really. It was terrible. It was just like he just stole Gallagher jokes, and it's like, why do we park on parkways and drive, or drive on parkways and park on driveways? That type of shit. And but in the middle of his act, he would stop and be like, anyway, I used to be a Satanist and we ate this little girl's face or whatever. It was just like this fucking insanity that just happened right in the center of his whole little, thing that his performance, whatever. And he had these albums, these records where he would do the same thing. He would do comedy, but then he would about halfway through, he would switch to like, here's what being a Satanist is like, and talk about how demons harassed him and stuff like that. Terrifying. It scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid. Turns out he was a big liar. Was always a Christian. Was never really a Satanist at all. A lot of people like came forward and were like, dude, that's not, all of that is bullshit. He's just a liar. But it fed into the Satanic Panic at the time. And keep in mind, Satanic Panic's still going. It's just it just always takes different forms. So a lot of this feels very familiar. And it's just kind of funny because this dude sounds like how I think I would have been had I not discovered reason and logic and stuff like that. I'd probably be Brentley, the demonologist, doing stand-up comedy, and then halfway through talking about the fucking demons I know so much about or something. doing demon comedy. Don't you hate it? When a demon gets stuck in your brain, but you're at the DMV. Oh man. And they're like just driving a straight line. And you're like, woo. I don't know. I could just go.
So I had no frame of reference for what I was witnessing in that nightmare. But as I was walking towards them, the young man on the left turns around, makes eye contact.
Oh, you remember
me,
that? And Tracy remembers that. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mike Warnke. That was a blast from the past. Yep. Yeah, you had like records and everything. Like that's how long ago it was. They had records that we actually listened to on a record player. And it wasn't like I have a record player to be cool and punk. Okay. It was like we actually listened to them because that was the way that you actually listened to things. Anyway, you know what? Anyway.
Gives me this really creepy grin. That's when he pulls out a black 357 Magnum, puts it in his mouth, and pulls the trigger.
Oh.
Instantly. I'm awake.
Wow. Damn, that's 2. Wow, that's 10. Oh, gifted 1. Okay, well, that's 6. Thank you. Holy shit, that's awesome. Appreciate that, Native Atheist. Hell yeah. You are awesome. Thank you so much. I don't know who the lucky person was that got it, but somebody got it, right? Amber said, let me tell you about Vietnam. In Vietnam, they have, wait a minute, vines, which are these vines that reach out and grab you as if to say, wait a minute. What? I don't know what this is in reference to, but I love it. Damn it. I wish I could, I wish I knew exactly. I want to do that bit. Let me think about it for a minute.
And now there is an entity in the room. It was thick. You could feel it.
It was thick. Oh man. She was thick. Oh no, it's not a she. I'm sorry.
You could smell it.
You can't use the word thick like that.
And the only way I could describe it was like feeding on my fear.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie before. What movie was that? Oh yeah, all of them have that fucking, it. Remember, he turns into the little baby, whatever, the little fucking wrinkly baby. It's really, I don't like that part of the movie. That it makes me deeply uncomfortable at the end of that movie. Anyway, because they weren't afraid. Also, what Freddy? That's another one. Always the other one. Oh, Jeepers Creepers. This dude's just watched a bunch of fucking horror movies. That's all this is.
And one of the coping mechanisms that I had to learn, and I developed it as a young guy. I got a little tyke. They say
little tyke. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, use that word while we're talking about demons. That's right. I was a little tyke, and there was a demon. Michael said, hello, everyone, at work, so I'll mostly be lurking. Don't lurk, okay? Don't do that. That makes people very uncomfortable, right? Like announce yourself to everybody. Just let them know you're there. All right. Just like, I'm here. I don't know. Just so you know, I'm walking by you right now. I'm not lurking. Just so you know.
8-year-old kid I realized that at a certain point, this being was fabricating terror in me.
Wait, was he feet? This is where you just get into like the fucking logic doesn't even add up on the base, like the basics of this fucking thing, right? He's saying it was feeding off of his fear. Now he's saying it was inciting fear in him. Which is it, dude? Is it feeding off of your fear or is it causing fear? Are you saying it's both? And it's just kind of like this fucking loop that it's going. It's like I get him scared and then I eat it. I get him scared and then I eat it. But I can produce the fear in his brain that I then get to eat.
It would do things in order to incite fear. And it really felt like it was inciting that.
Okay, so it is like Freddy. It's like Freddy where he like plays with his food. That's why Freddy's body count is far lower than both Jason and or Michael Myers. Because Freddy fucks with you for too long. He messes with you. He plays games with you. And so for Jason just walks up and you're done. He walks very slow, but when he finally does catch up to you, which he's just always right behind you if you trip and fall or whatever. But but Freddy, he plays with them too long. He's turning them into fucking pizzas and stuff. Part 4 got weird. I don't it took a turn. It took a turn. He was like playing video games in one of them, and it was just a mess. It was, but that was the point of that. His body count is lower because he plays with them too much, trying to get him to be afraid.
Emotion just to feed off of it. And that's what is really instrumental in getting me into the field I'm in and trying to understand some of the darker nuance.
Oh, there's something we need to put in the AI image thing, right? Freddy Fazbear, right? Freddy, like Fozzie the bear, right? But it's Freddy the Fazbear. That'd be cool. I would like to see that. Oh, Jesus.
Of the phenomenon we're all researching it. But those are some of my experiences. Well, once I started getting into the field,
his big wheel was demon red with flames. All right, so that's what the demonic thing. That was terrifying too. That scared the fuck out of him, man. It was thick. That thing was thick.
Had various experiences that ranged from just hearing EVPs to hearing what's called DVP, direct voice phenomenon, to actually
direct voice phenomenon. Okay, that sounds unhealthy. Again, that does not sounds like you're not doing well, buddy.
Confronting entities. There was one case I had where it was a murder took place in the home, and I didn't know that. I had no idea. But what happened was the family had reached.
It was glowing red in that room because of the
out to me because they thought they were reaching out to my father, who was a pastor. And so the email.
See, his father was a pastor. Okay, see, a lot of this makes a lot more sense because like those types of folks will like shelter their children to a point and indoctrinate them so fucking thoroughly that they have no idea how to determine what is real from what is not real, because they've been taught this insane stuff and then taught that it's real and then taught that this normal stuff like evolution and things like that and like actual demonstrative science is not real. So you've got these kids growing up with this completely fucking flawed epistemology, and they have no idea how to determine what is actually true or not.
It was essentially, hey, Pastor Gillis, we would like you to come in and pray for our family. We've suffered a violent tragedy. And so when they reached out to me, I told my dad about it. So I reached out back to them. I said, okay, my father and I will come and pray for you and the family. And I said, what exactly is going on?
Oh, there he is. There's the shadow person right there. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? And he's got a hoodie on. Of course. What is with the hood? Like, where did all these bad guys get hoodies that like cover their entire face? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always in the fucking movie where it's like the hoodie comes like out to here. And you're like, what? And it's like you can't see their face because they're the killer. And it's like, where do these killers get their fucking hoodies from? What is up with that? I don't, it's like killerhoodie.com or something. That's what you get. Jeez, like they must have to specially make those motherfuckers for the movie, right? Like they don't exist. That's not real. Anyway, Logan said, I was scared of demons for sure, but also velociraptors. Yeah. Tearing through my wall, like in that one scene of Jurassic Park. Yeah, where they're behind the picture, and he goes, that part's great. And then he like just goes up on it. Oh man, one of the best movies of all time is Jurassic Park. The first one with the kids in the freezer and all that was great. Fucking great. Kitchen sink, badass.
He said we have been experiencing a profound amount of violent paranormal activity, and when that buzzword came out, my father was like, that's you, Nathaniel. You do that. That's your thing. It's like, okay. So once I get to the house, I walk in.
You're the demon, kiddo. You go do the demon stuff, okay?
And I meet an atheist.
Uh-oh.
And the first thing out of his mouth, hi, mate. I don't believe in you, what you do. I don't believe in the supernatural. I don't believe in any of this junk. I think you're out of your mind. You
always got to have the skeptic in the movie, right? You got to have the skeptic that doesn't believe in anything. And then halfway through the movie, he becomes a believer, right? Because the evidence just becomes far too pronounced and they can't ignore it any longer,
The reason I'm here today is because my best friend is inside and it's his house. I'm like, oh my God. It's going to get good, right? Because you're getting confronted at the house. Something's going to happen.
And then that stupid skeptic was like, oh, I'm sorry, man. You were totally right about the magical, undetectable monsters that are all over the place that I just didn't believe in.
Oh, no. So I walk in and, I looked around and I met some of the family members and I asked them what they had been experiencing. And I still, for some reason, number one, I wasn't reading the local papers. I wasn't on social media looking at all the news. I was working full time.
I like how he's already trying to get ahead of the bullshit. He's gonna. I didn't know about all this stuff. Okay, I wasn't reading the local papers and stuff. I didn't know about all this stuff because he's basically trying to get ahead of. Okay, but you could have known this because of this. You could have known that because of that. Whatever. So he's trying to get ahead of that before he even gets to the part where he's like, knows something about something that he shouldn't have known about. Whatever it is, he didn't know.
At the time, and I didn't have time for it, so I didn't know exactly what happened. So when I'm talking to the family, I notice that there is a portion of the carpet cut out in the corner of the living room, right in front of the door.
There's a pentagram under there.
So I'm talking to him back and forth and everything. And I do my investigation.
We all know demons. They love cutting squares out of carpets.
And then at the very end of the investigation, I have them come in the living room, back in the living room.
There's hardwood under there. There was hard. I don't even know why they put down the carpet. You pull up the carpet. There's a nice hardwood. I don't know.
And I
must be made in the 80s. That's all I could think.
Asked them, okay, what's going on here? Like, I picked up some different EVPs and stuff. What exactly have you been experiencing?
What?
And the father told his story. He said a few months back, my daughter, who was approximately 13 years old, became good friends with a 15-year-old from school. I thought, okay.
And so Tracy said I was scared of trains. Trains, really? Okay. Then don't ever talk to any men over the age of 56 that are retired and have their kids have moved out, because that's what that room's now. That's the train room, and they got a whole little city in there. It's weird, really. It's what it is. But Tracy said I'm scared of trains. We had to watch a super traumatizing train safety video. Did you work on trains? Is that was your dad a conductor? I don't hold on. It's a video at school. What? For what? Okay, hold on. School. And I had nightmares for months. What the I have so many fucking questions about this. Why are you watching train safety videos at school? Like, all right, kids, and now we need to learn about not dying because of trains. That's what we're doing here. Like, that's wild. I mean, I guess it could make sense if you're from a town that has like a lot of trains or something, right? A lot of train tracks. I don't know. That's funny though. Makes me think of like that movie, the Stand By Me. It has a great train scene, where they're having to cross the bridge, right? And then they get halfway through and then the train comes. Anyway, it's a great movie. What did I just say? Stand By Me or Lean By? I always mix them up. They're two different movies. Stand By Me and then Lean On Me. I think Lean On Me is not the one that I'm thinking of. Stand By Me. I can't remember. I fucking which movie is it? I'm still up.
Not a huge deal, but all right. And he goes, no, he goes,
I need to stop fucking naming movies after songs that are very similar. That's the problem there.
They became very close. And he said, whenever my daughter would bring this friend around the family, we would get this weird vibe.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Tracy's saying my school is 3 blocks from the train yards. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I get it. That's funny, dude. Wow. So, I mean, but that's very responsible of that school, I might add, that, they're going to talk about, here's how to not get murdered by trains. They're fast and big. Okay. And if you see like a track on the ground, don't stand on that sucker. Definitely don't put your headphones in and then walk down the track. Definitely don't do that, because that's just asking to be on cloud 9 real quick. Okay. And then St. Peter's going to make fun of you and stuff. And you're like, what are you doing here? And you're like, well, I was walking on train tracks, listening to my headphones. And you're like, what? Well, that was stupid. And then they just, all the angels start, making fun of you, right? They just set up the instant roast of your death all of a sudden in heaven there. That one bald guy with the same kind of cap that does all the roasting things, like bumping mics, whatever that guy's name. I don't know his name. A bald guy, he comes out, but he's got like angel wings. This is going on too long. I'm sorry. All right.
There was just this darkness about her. And whenever she would leave, we would always talk about it.
So Wednesday Addams, got it.
The family. And finally we were like, listen.
But Wednesday Addams that was in a sword fight or something. And they got her eye.
We don't want you to hang out with her. There's something wrong with that girl. And he said,
she's a
about
demon.
3 or 4 months go by, and he's like, we could not get our daughter to obey us. You know, you can do whatever. You just don't hang. You see her at school, that's fine. Don't text her. Don't call her. Because once she entered into that girl's life, that's when the paranormal activity began to manifest in her home.
Oh my God. So like now you're trying to say that a child brought the demons to the house because the kid had a friend with a girl who was not, that gave a weird feeling to the parents. Oh my God. Talk about this is just like stoking paranoia in parents like crazy. Holy shit.
One night, he said my daughter was asleep. My wife and I both worked second shift, and he's like, so we're sitting down, we're watching television. I'm drinking a beer, catching up on live.
You're drinking a what? That's against God, dude. All right, I need you to repent. Okay, you can't be drinking
in our days. And he said, I look out the window, and there is a 15-year-old
That's
girl
pretty good.
staring at my wife and I. And he said, Nathaniel, he said, I didn't know what to think, first of all. It's not a man.
I don't think I saw that one. Rune said, a bridge to Terabithia is traumatizing kids of ropes and rivers. I don't think I've seen that one. Bridge to Terabithia. It's not the one with the tree monster or something. There was some kind of big monster in that one. I can't remember it though. Interesting. Yeah, I'd have to look into that. Logan said, I live next to train tracks, and my dad was a firefighter and saw his share of suicides. So, oh shit, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. So we were taught young not to mess with trains. Yeah. Oh, I could see that. That makes a lot of sense that they that would be where people would go to do that. It seems like it'd be very instantaneous and but painful though. I don't know. Anyway. And Dick said, the eye makeup was cursed. That's right. Oh God, there she is. Yeah. Wait, where did the scar go? She had like a scar at her, but she's got a beauty mark now. So all right. Anyway, and she doesn't wash her hair apparently, which nothing against that. Most of the girls that I was friends with when I was younger didn't do that weird shit, washing hair. No, they're all a bunch of punkers. If they didn't have their head shaved with just the front, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, anyway. Yes, I was horrified by that. But what, the Terabithia one? Really? Huh. I don't, Pan's Labyrinth. That was good. I did enjoy that one. Pan's Labyrinth. Wait, was that the one with the, that was that one guy, right? The fucking freaky dude. Like the imagery in all of his movies are fucking, he did Hellboy and stuff, right? Isn't that one? It was with the fawn. But the fawn was like really terrifying. Look, that was the scariest fucking fawn I've ever seen in my life. Like fawns are supposed to be kind of like cute, I thought. Not that one. Holy shit. Thing was fucking terrifying. And they're wily, right? You never trust a fawn. We all know that.
Why am I freaking out? I mean, it's weird. It is weird. He said, but he's like, it's a 50-year-old girl. I called the cops and said, you know what? I don't.
Call the cops. Thank you, Del Toro. Yep, 100%. Guillermo del Toro. Awesome director. Always have like really great, really good movies. He's got that show too on Netflix right now that was really good. I enjoyed it anyway. It's like it's like I don't know if they're called an anthology. Is that an anthology where every episode is different? Anyway, it was like one of those like Twilight Zone or something where it's like each a different story. It was really good, really good. Still on. I mean, I think I've gotten halfway through it. I'm still watching it.
It's kind of strange. I don't know what's going on, but she's looking at us at a really weird time in the morning. And so the police got there. She was already disappeared. She's gone. He said, we didn't
This sounds delusional. Getting this freaked out by a child. Calling the police because what did he say? Like 14-year-old girl or whatever is coming to the house sometimes. Like that's so weird.
For another few months.
It also reminds me of that movie Fear, or not movie. There's like a video game called Fear. And it's like you run into this ghost girl all the time in the game. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
And he said, but during this time period, our daughter kept getting further and further away from us.
Dream girl. And also, you got to say, my dream girl is, or dream woman is Raven from Teen Titans. Oh hell yeah! No, that is a good show. I like that one. Oh yeah, Raven. No, she's something. Yeah, she's something else. That's what that is. No, I do like that show. Mimic was the first Del Toro movie that he did Mimic. Oh, I did not know that. That movie was fucking weird, man. I enjoyed it though. I watched. It was funny. Like I had like a weekend where we watched like that one and The Relic back to back, and they're kind of similar. But man, that's a great movie. Holy shit! And I think it spawned like 17 of them. It's like Mimic 23 now or some shit, right?
And he said the further she got from the family,
I had no idea that was
the
him.
manifestation, paranormal activity would go through the roof. And
Cool.
so it's a list
Very
of
normal.
things they experienced, shadow figures.
The shadow figure missing a leg. She's like, has anybody seen my peg leg? It's gone. I can't really go anywhere. Hello. Say anybody seen my peg leg? I'm a pirate woman. Hello.
Orbs, door handles shaking, something that was walking on the wooden floors and creaking them at nighttime. And he said it just every day was just something different.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Every day something different, a new magic thing that happened, new paranormal experience every day, something different. That way it keeps you off guard, right? You're trying to expect one thing, something else happens. You can never get ahead of it. Anyway, all right. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. This is a lot of fun. And if you want to play with things, hanging out and have fun, go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Let's go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley at checkout. Adamandeve.com is America's #1 source for sex toys online. Save yourself a trip to the store. They also have discreet packaging, so you don't have to worry about anybody else knowing what is in the box. The box does not come labeled sex toys in the giant letters. I thought that would be cool and funny, sort of like, it's be neat for the delivery guy to be like, oh, I'm delivering sex toys right now. But they said that is not what they do. They did not think it was cool to sell, to drop off their packages in boxes labeled sex toys. But, whatever, to each his own, I guess. I can just write it on afterwards, I guess. Right. Go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word Brentley and checkout to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Get your butt some stuff. And if you want to support the show, you can support us by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com, and entering that code word Brentley at checkout. Or you can become a patron. You can give us a one-time payment on Cash App or cash tag is Punk Apostate. You can become a member. Hit that little join button. I do an extra live stream every week. That'll be this Wednesday. That's a member only. You can join our Discord, and then you can follow me on all the socials and stuff. I got it all down below, so check it out. But thank you all so much. This is a lot of fun. But the main thing is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate, and we will see you next time. I'm back. I am